Galidor is one of those LEGO themes that gets a lot of hate. A lot of it. People think the designs are too weird and barely look like LEGO. People hate the very limiting connection points. Or, I don't know, you just feel a little uncomfortable with some of the mocks that you can make with these pieces. Understandably so. Plus, this theme contributed a lot to the LEGO group almost going bankrupt in the early 2000s. It's fair to have some dislike for this theme. But there's one Galidor set that stands out from the rest, that's unlike any other, and that's Gorm. He's the main antagonist of the series, and I'll say it, he frickin' rocks. He looks so deliciously evil, and he's just downright cool. So in this video, let's discuss why this set is indeed incredible, and we'll see some ways that you can use the pieces that come in this set to build your own awesome creations. After all that, hopefully, I can prove to you that Galidor doesn't suck. It's surprisingly awesome. The most striking thing about this figure is the body armor. Look at the insane level of detail that's packed into this. You got that purple texture on the sides of the torso, for example. I love how this contrasts with that smooth black armor that we see everywhere else. It really adds some beautiful visual interest, and it just looks really pretty. And the torso also has some nice purple details that have been printed on. What a fancy looking design. We can see a little more of it on the waist here as well. And by the way, the armor on the waist right here, it looks so good. It gives off some stunning evil emperor vibes. Or perhaps he just looks like some sort of well-dressed diplomat. This dude is just dripping with evil. And dripping with style as well. The smooth and the clean designs, they look so pompous and so dignified, but classy and refined as well. Visually, he makes for a great villain. I like that this armor could pass as robes made of cloth, or it could actually be some sort of robotic armor as well. It's stunning. And I mean, the insane level of detail that this has is unlike anything else. In modern LEGO sets, we certainly do not see pieces that have this level of printing and complex textures and different colors. It is worth saying though that the hyper-specific and overtly intricate and elaborate designs of these pieces, they are what contributed to this set costing LEGO a bucket load of money. And it certainly contributed to them going nearly bankrupt. So it makes sense that LEGO doesn't do this kind of stuff today. But hey, we got a beautiful relic of the past that we can now appreciate even more today. This is a work of art. Look at this super gnarly head design as well. 2 different colored eyes with that little hint of red printed on the blue one. And then he's got that exposed dark gray skin with black armor over the top of it. But take a look at the little like mandibles or pincers around his mouth. Those are covered in black armor, which doesn't quite make sense, right? You would expect that to be exposed skin. It kind of blurs the line between what is skin and what is armor. It reminds me a bit of Darth Vader. Is he more man or is he more machine? That's always a really fun trope to explore on bad guys. And actually, Darth Vader certainly seems like the inspiration for this character. I mean, just looking at the two side by side, you can see a fair few similarities. An imposing black-armored nightmare from space? Yeah, they both fit that description quite nicely. If you're curious, the headpiece is indeed the exact same one that appears on the Galidor set Uni, but instead of being dark red, it's black. It's nice to see a few variations of this piece because honestly, it's really cool. I'm glad it got a little bit of extra love. The set also comes with an extra handpiece, which is this sort of bigger blown-up arm. The idea is you can swap out some of his smaller arms and replace it with this, and it certainly looks quite imposing. It's a nice weapon. Yeah, the reasons to love this set, they just keep going and going. And hey, I think I could keep going and keep listing reasons why this rocks. There's nothing about this that I can really fault. He's just awesome. And the fact that you can pick up a used copy of this set for like 10 to 20 bucks on Bricklink, that's freaking amazing. Gorm is great. But what about the pieces that come in this set? Are they any good? Let's find out. Let's start off with this smaller handpiece. How can that be used? Well, Logan W uses it in a pretty genius way, getting 2 of them and using them for this sort of section of the head design. The arm section is used for head details, and the hand is used for this nice little eye. This part use and the whole rest of the head design is immaculate. It looks so good. And it is worth noting too that this entire mock uses Galidor pieces. This is a true testament to the power of this building system. If you think outside the box just that little bit, and you really experiment with these pieces, you can build something exceptional like this. What about Gorm's torso piece? What are some ways that this can be used? Well, one thing of note about this torso is the back of it. It's got multiple different connection points up the back here, which is very helpful. Care Creations takes advantage of this and turns 3 of these sections into eyes, and then the bottom one here becomes a mouth with a big old tongue. Isn't that fantastic? Such a clever torso and head design all rolled into one. Genius. Alternatively, Jack Frost uses this piece upside down, and then it becomes a very fancy torso and head design. I love how alien and strange this looks. It's clever. It's nice to also see these dinosaur tail pieces coming out of the top of their head as horns. Those tie in quite nicely. And speaking of which, here's a clever way that you can use this Galidor limb piece. Roya Builds uses this and some parts from some Jurassic Park sets. Turns out all of the different dinosaur pieces in those sets, they use the same kind of system that is compatible with Galidor pieces. So you can combine them together like this and make some sort of crazy looking creature. If you want to build something really cool or something really cursed, these connections are going to be quite helpful. What about Gorm's magnificent headpiece? What about using that? Well, I mean, you may as well stick to using it as a head because it looks very, very good. But if you don't want to do that, do what Prince Galidor has done and get 2 of them and use them for feet. What a rather interesting foot design. It works in an unexpected way, doesn't it? And finally, this piece. This is the element that we see used as Gorm's waistcloth. Leonard Arn uses it for a fantastic head design. That works well, doesn't it? The shape of it is just interesting enough that it does look like some sort of exotic alien. Perhaps you could use it in a similar way. Sick, so that's some ways you can use these pieces. But why don't we check out a mock that completely reimagines the character? We'll finish off with that. This is by Joe Swansas, and this is called Gorm the Borg. So yeah, this is kind of stripping away a lot of the Galidor pieces and replacing them with Technic and Bionicle parts. I like that. I kind of like the idea that this is what Gorm looks like underneath all of his armor. It certainly looks like that because we see a lot more dark grey. I mentioned before how the color blocking on the head and the arms makes it look like he has dark grey skin underneath and black armor on top of that. With that in mind, I feel like this looks like a battle-damaged version of Gorm. His armor got maybe severely damaged, and this is just what he looks like now. You can see exposed circuitry and wires and just damaged armor all over him. It kind of reminds me of certain depictions of Darth Vader when he is battle-damaged. There's some similarities, to some degree. Yeah, look, it's nice to just see a different take on the character. This is fun. So that's Gorm. I told you, man, the parts and pieces in this set are exceptional, and Gorm himself, he's really good. So hey, if you liked some of the mocks that I showcased in this episode today and you want to get a little bit more inspiration, check out the links below. You can find links to everything I talked about today right there. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Happy building, and bye for now.